وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وبعد أوصيكم وإياي أولا بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, inshaAllah, with the will of Allah, we are able to be in contact online. Alhamdulillah, we are still able to seek the knowledge that please Allah and our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Knowledge is very, very important because without knowledge, we wouldn't be able to understand Allah. We won't be able to understand anything to do with the ghaibiyah, the unseen world. We won't know what is going to happen to all of us in our future. We may prepare ourselves now, but we do not know what is going to happen later on. So let us start our day with the morning invocation, dua. And please, brother and sister, try your level best, whoever is following this program, to follow us slowly to recite the dua, the prayer. Because Allah loves those who call upon Him. And that's why we are inviting every one of you who are following this online program with us to humble ourselves and keep on asking Allah for what we need. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma bika asbahna wa bika amsayna wa bika nahya wa bika namut wa ilaykan nushur. Bismillahillazi la yadurru ma'ismihi syai'un fil ardi wala fis sama wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Bismillahillazi la yadurru ma'ismihi syai'un fil ardi wala fis sama'i wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Bismillahillazi la yadurru ma'asmihi syai'un fil ardi wala fis sama'i wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Raditu billahi rabba wa bil islami dina wa bi muhammadin nabiyya. Allahumma zidni ilman nafi'ah wa rizqan tayyibah wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ya muqallibal qulub thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Ya muqallibal qulub thabbit qalbi ala dinik wa ala ta'atik. Allahumma adkhilna jannatak. Allahumma adkhilna jannatak. Allahumma adkhilna jannatak wa ajirna minan nar wa ajirna minan nar wa ajirna minan nar. Allahumma khtim lana bil husnil khatimah wa la takhtim alaina bis su'il khatimah. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Amin. Ya Rabbul Alamin. Brothers and sisters, I do believe that those who have been following us on this class every Sunday or even Saturday and Wednesday morning, we believe that all of you have memorized this dua. If not, please, when we are in a situation like MCO, will give us more time, more opportunity to be connected to Almighty Allah. Because our dunya activities is being put aside now. Even we need to be very active in this life. But the situation now do not allow us to be too active outside. But you can still be very active inside. But don't forget, when there is an opportunity to get closer to Allah, try your level best. There will come a time when MCO is lifted up, everybody is going to be very busy again, then we'll give a lot of excuses. I have no time, I'm too busy. That's why our Prophet ﷺ remind us, use 5 before the other 5 is going to come. What is the 5? Number 1, you can say, you use your young age before you grow old. You know, when you're young, you can do so many things. When you're old, you think, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do, but it's too late. You know, age is catching up, brothers and sisters. Our age keep on growing. It won't go backward, always go forward. If you look at the life that we have gone through, our parents, when they are young, they have been very busy, working very hard to prepare themselves to have a family, and one day have commitment as husband and wife, later as father and mother. They work harder because they had to take care of all of us. From the 20 to the 40, and now we are growing, and they make sure that they send us to school, they feed us with the right nutrition, they give us the best, so that we become the best. As they are working so hard just to take care of us, and we are growing too, then suddenly something happened to them when they reach the age of 50 or 60, and we are maybe in the 20s, 30. What happened? Do we take care of them like how they take care of us? That's why some people, they know that the children cannot take care of them like how they take care of children. They work very hard until the end of their life. Do you think that is right for us to allow this to happen to our parents? We should not let this happen. It's time, as they reach 70, 60, 70, time for them to slow down, rest. Time for us to move on and take care of them. Allah. So use your young age before you get old. Number 2, use your health when you are healthy before you got sick. Number 3, use your free time that you have now when the MCO is there before we get busy. Use whatever property that you have when you have the means to help the poor and the needy. Help them before you get poor. And use your life when you are living before death comes to all of us. So this is what Islam is, preparing. So we have to prepare our time wisely under the MCO, and then so that when it's been lifted, we know how to balance up everything. Allahu Akbar. There's so much blessing that people who have the faith and reflection realize. Muhasabah. Now when you come to the topic of belief in Al-Barzakh, I believe we have shared with all of you about belief. Anything to do with belief, you are talking about the unseen. Anything to talk about the unseen, if there's no evidence in the Quran or from our Prophet ﷺ, don't believe. It's a waste of time. People may say this, may say that, But if Allah did not inform us the time, He just informed us to be prepared, because your time will come, but no one knows. That no one can say, I know when is my time to go home to Allah. No. When will be this virus, COVID-19, is going to be lifted out by Allah, is going to be cleared. Only Allah knows. The Prophet may give you sign, of course. Every sickness, every disease, there is a cure, but it's a matter of time. Time, no one knows. People just come up with some assumption. Maybe this, maybe that, but nobody can tell you sure. If anybody tell you about something ghaibiyah, unseen, this is sure to happen, don't ever believe in that. Just stop there. Enough is enough. Yeah? And don't ever challenge Allah's decree. When Allah makes something happen, Allah just wants us to follow the sunnah Allah, the proper way, what we should do, we have to do. Don't go against the sunnah Allah. When you are challenging the qudrah of Allah, like some people is telling us, we don't fear all this. You must. Allah want you to have that fear because it's dangerous for you. Overconfidence will always cause a lot of problem in our life. This word barzakh, did Allah mention in the Quran? Let us look in 2 ayah. Barzakh means it's like a wall, a barrier. Allah said, Marajal bahrain yaltaqiyan bainahuma barzakhun la yabqiyan. In Surah Rahman, verses 19 and 20. He, Allah, released the 2 great bodies of fresh and salty water. Allah is telling us, you come across an ocean where there is a separation between the water of the ocean that is salty and the water from the river, from the mountain that is not salty. As they meet, they still have a barzakhun. There is a barrier. Yeah, there is like a wall to separate them. Allahu Akbar. And that they may not transgress. No one cross or try to cross every borderline that Allah has put to all of us. So there is always a border, a limit. So when we talk about barzakh, in Surah Furqan verses 53, Allah said again, وَهُوَ الَّذِي مَرَجَ الْبَحْرَيْنِ هَذَا عَذْبٌ فُرَاتٌ وَهَذَا مِلْحٌ أُجَاجٌ وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَهُمَا بَرْزَخًا وَحِجْرًا مَحْجُورًا. He, Allah, is the one who has released the 2 great bodies known as the salty water and the sweet water. And the thirst quenching and the other salty and bitter. And yet He placed between these 2 a barzakh, a barrel, and inhabiting partition. Yeah? So, brothers and sisters, it's very important for us to believe in what Allah has reminded us. What Allah is telling us so that we prepare ourselves that once we end our life here, we're moving to Barzakh. When we are there, neither we come back or we are moving forward until the day of judgment, Qiyamatul Kubra. Then Allah is the only one who will resurrect every one of us to be judged by Him alone. That is what we call the last day and the day of judgment. Now, we know everyone is going to go there. And it's important to know what should we do now. Living in this world, even when we are under MCO order, there's still a lot of unrest between us sometimes. We still entertain all the negative feeling, thoughts. We still never try our best to rectify the relationship between us as husband and wife, father, mother, and the children, and the parent. Among siblings, something is very wrong with us. It should not have happened. This is the best time for everybody to reflect. And don't ask always in life. Don't ask, what can the government do for me? Don't ask. Ask ourselves. Everything starts from here, from me, from you. What can you do? At least to save your own soul and your family, because you are at home with the family. That's how we start in Islam. Don't blame others. Ask yourself, why? What happened to me before? What should I do now? Why am I reminding me and all of you who are following this program that start from ourselves? Because Allah said so. If you believe, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, Qu anfusakum. Ibda' min nafsik, summa ila man da'a. Everything starts from us. Are we good enough? Have we done what we should do? You know, this is what. Are you just to yourself? Have you been a good and obedient servant of Allah? Have you been a good citizen of the country that we live in? Keep on talking and talking. What do this talk and negative words benefit us? It don't benefit. It's a waste of time. We commit sin sometimes. Still attacking each other. Still we trying to blame others. Don't do that. Why? You see, Islam is a way of life. Before you start to blame others, first thing the Prophet said, "Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyati." Every one of us is a leader to ourselves. At least you lead yourself to be a good citizen, a good servant of Allah, a good husband, a good wife, a good father, a good mother, a good children, good son, good daughter. We want good because that's what we are working forwards. Everybody wants something good to happen to them. But then how about you? Are we a good person now? A good person will not keep on blaming others, condemning others, cursing others. He always reflects himself. What can I do? What can I do to help my neighbor, the friend that is having hardship, hard time? What should I do? Alhamdulillah, for those who have been very kind, helping one another, donating what Allah have given them to help the poor and needy. May Allah reward you, and may Allah subhanahu repay you kindly. Ameen. But in reality, before we depart from this world to go to Barzakh, and we know what is going to happen when we leave this world, I will share with you later on. In this life, where all of us are very busy with a lot of worldly affairs, remember what our Prophet have warned us. It's a battleground here. Not to fight with others. just to save our soul, save ourselves. The Prophet said, Inna shaitan yahduru ahadakum inda kulli shay'in min sha'nih, hatta yahduru inda ta'amih. Indeed, Satan, our number one enemy, don't forget him. The worst thing that has happened to us that we make shaitan our friend. By following what he wants us to do. That's how I'm saying that we are making him like he is our best friend. He is our boss. Whatever he wants you to do, you just follow blindly. Why? Where he have declared that he will be our number one enemy. So we should take him as our number one enemy. Don't blame others. Look at him first. But we forgot. And he is inside in every one of us. That's how close he is. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned us, shaitan attend in you. Yeah? And he will be with us in all of our affairs. Anything you do, even when we are doing something good, praying, he is there to disturb our concentration so that we think of dunya, yeah, and forget Allah when we are worshipping him. Even when you're doing donation, he will come to you so that the riya will come in, that you want to show off you're doing so good and so, and then later on all your good deed is gone. Even you are learning about the deen, and he will come and try to disturb us, whisper, oh no, you are so smart, you are so learned, you know so many things. Now you become overconfident, you become very judgmental to others. Anything, even when you are eating, you know, when we live on this planet Earth, we have to survive. To survive, we have to eat. There's a saying that says, you eat to live. The right thing is, we eat, we live to eat. Anyhow, when you want to eat, you have to work. Because of food, we get ourselves in a lot of problems. We don't care halal or haram. That is the biggest problem. We just say, I want to have the best food. To have the best food, you must have enough money. Now I don't care where my income is coming from. And that is the beginning of our problem too. And Allah Rabbul Alameen always wants us to have good feeling and good thoughts. And that's why the Prophet also reminds us, La yamutanna ahadukum illa huwa yuhsin billahi zon. Let no one among us that die except while expect good from Allah. We only want to have good ending, good feeling. And to do that, brothers and sisters, there's so many to share with all of you. There's so many to remind us. I just want to remind every one of us who is still following our program that Allah have warned us how to have a good ending, how to take care of ourselves. We all want to be close to Him, to have a good ending. We want to please Him. Now, He said in Hadith Qudsi from Abu Hurairah, so that we all will have an eternal bliss. Inna Allah Ta'ala qal, Man aada li waliya, faqad azantuhu bil harb. وَمَا تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ عَبْدٍ بِشَيْءٍ أَحَبَّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا افْتَرَضْتُ عَلَيْهِ. وَلَا يَزَالُ عَبْدِي يَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَيْهِ بِالنَّوَافِلِ حَتَّى أُحِبَّهُ فَإِذَا أَحْبَبْتُهُ كُنْتُ سَمْعَهُ الَّذِي يَسْمَعُ بِهِ كُنْتُ سَمْعَهُ الَّذِي يَسْمَعُ بِهِ وَبَصَرَهُ الَّذِي يُبْصِرُ بِهِ وَيَدَهُ الَّتِي يَبْطِشُ بِهَا وَرِجْلَهُ الَّتِي يَمْشِي بِهَا وَلَئِنْ سَأَلَنِي لَأُعْطِيَنَّهُ وَلَئِنِ اسْتَعَاذَنِي لَأُعِيذَنَّهُ وَمَا تَرَدَّدتُّ عَنْ شَيْءٍ إِنَّا فَاعِلُ تَرَدُّدِي عَنْ نَفْسِ الْمُؤْمِنِ يَكْرَهُ الْمَوْتَ وَأَنَا أَكْرَهُ مَسَاءَتَهُ. The meaning: whoever harms one of my close friends, Allah is warning all of us. Those who are close to Allah, those who are very faithful to Allah, very obedient to Allah, who follow Allah's command, the Quran, who is talking about what Allah wants us to do based on the Quran, I declare war against him. Don't ill-treat, abuse, criticize, curse righteous people. Don't do that. You can be good. At least you keep quiet. That is good for you. Even until today, online you still hear people condemning, cursing, blaming, creating a lot of fitna, lying. Astaghfirullah. If at this difficult time we still have time to talk bad about people, we are really a bad guy. If at this bad situation, we don't know whether we are going to get out from this situation alive or not, we still entertain all the negative feeling and thoughts. Gossiping, backbiting, cursing is just too bad, brothers and sisters. We hope we save ourselves from all that activities. Whoever harm any of my servant who is very obedient and faithful to me, Allah considered those who are close to him, those who follow his commandment, as his friend. I declare war against him, because this is people that Allah loves, and you hate them. They follow Quran, you say they are wrong, you accuse them to be wrong. Astaghfirullah. And my servant cannot draw closer to me with anything dearer to me than the religious duty I have mandated upon him. And now Allah is telling, none of us can say, I'm close to Allah until you fulfill your basic duty, perform the obligatory, mandatory ritual, the wajibat. If a person don't even do what is wajib, they say, I'm close to Allah. May Allah guide him. Then Allah put a condition. None of my servant can draw closer to me with anything dearer to me than the religious duty I have mandated upon him or her. And Allah continued by saying, my servant continue to draw closer to me beyond the obligation rights. That means you do the nawafil with voluntary act. You still continue after doing the obligation, the mandatory ritual, thing that is wajib upon you and me as a Muslim. Now there's another room for us to increase our deeds and get closer to Allah by performing the voluntary, optional, the sunnah ritual. The sunnah qabliyah, ba'diyah, anything that is recommended by our Prophet ﷺ. Because by doing that, Allah said, until I love him. You have done the obligatory duty, but still now you want to do something extra. Brothers and sisters, I think all of us want to have some extra in our life. If people want to give you extra bonus, extra dividend, nobody will say no. Anything extra, alhamdulillah. But the only extra that may hurt another party is extra spouses. And that is something, there will be a challenge to a lot of people. Then Allah said, when I love him, I become his ears, with which he hears, his eyes, with which he sees, his hand, with which he strikes, and his foot, with which he walks. Now Allah is telling us how close we are to him now, because we please him by doing not only the obligatory ritual, but also with the voluntary, the optional ritual. He is telling us that now our ear, which he hear, he become his hearing, his meaning. When you are so close to Allah, you just want to hear things that is good. Because this is what Allah wants you to do. Listen to something that is good, pleasing to Allah. Listen to the ayat, good reminder, zikrullah. That is what, when you are close to Allah, you don't want to listen. People talk bad about people. You don't want to entertain them anymore. Because you want to do something that benefit you, benefit your hearing. And also your eye, with which he see. That means your eye is going to be guided, your ear will be guided to just open up and listen to something that please Allah, his speech, Quran, and the saying of the Prophet, and the good advice. And you only like to see things that please Allah. Look at Allah's creation. Allah asks, أَفَلَا يَنْزُرُوا إِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ. Allah asks us, don't you see how Allah created the sky? There is above us and there's no pillar to support. Allah is the one who made the sky there without any pillar to support. If there's a house, there's a roof without pillar, it will collapse. Don't you see how Allah create the mountains? How Allah flattened the earth? How Allah create the camel and everything? So we will use our eye to see things that benefit us. What is happening around us is a lesson learned. His hand, with which he strike, and his foot, with which he walk. Now everything, your hand will like to only eat what is halal, touch what is halal. The money, halal money, you take. Haram money, no. Just an example. Your leg, your foot will bring you to good places, not anywhere anymore. Will bring you to the place that please Allah. And then Allah continue. وَلَئِنْ سَأَلَنِي لَأُقْتِيَنَّهُ وَلَئِنْ اسْتَعَاذَنِي لَأُعِزَّنَّهُ. Allahu Akbar. Would he or she then ask me for anything? Of course, when we want to ask anything from Allah, we only ask for the best. Allah promise, surely grant it to him. Allahu Akbar. We need Allah's mercy and help to live, and erase and clean the air and the earth for us to live on happily, peacefully. That's why one of the things that I always pray, Allahumma ghithna, Allahumma ghithna, Allahumma ghithna, oh Allah, send down rain to purify the air that is full of pollution, cleanse the earth that is so filthy today. Water have the element to clean. That's why when you talk about cleanliness, you talk about water. Ask. I will surely grant it to him. But before we ask, brothers and sisters, we have to be humble. Don't be arrogant. Don't boast around. Don't keep on gossiping, hate the people who is close to Allah, talk bad about the righteous. Don't do that anymore. Don't make fun of the people who are righteous, who follow the Quran and Sunnah. You can't, you try your best, at least keep quiet. You can't, you're welcome. Because the truth is open for everybody. And Allah has said to us, if you have any disagreement, any problem, فَإِن تَنَزَقْتُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ فَرُدُّوهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولُهُ. Go back to Allah and the Prophet. He never called us to follow anyone else. Follow Allah and the Prophet. And until today, we disobey Him. We thought that our way is better than Allah's way. We thought that we understand Islam more than Prophet Muhammad and more than the companion. Na'udzubillah. This is arrogant. Takabbur. When people is following the Quran Sunnah, you say they are wrong. Astaghfirullah. And when we seek refuge in Allah, Allah said He will surely shelter us, protect us. Allahu Akbar. That's what we need. We need His protection. Brothers and sisters, why I start with all this as a muqaddimah? Just to prepare ourselves to have a good ending. You only can do all the good things now. When coming to the end of your life, it's too late. You want to change, you change now. Because the Prophet did warn us about that. Don't wait until the last minute. Oh, now I want to change. Now I want to follow Quran and Sunnah. Too late. There will come a time, ghargara, when death is just going to happen to you. Now I want to change. Now I repent. Too late. Now we are going back to continue with this book, Life in Al-Barzakh. Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. How blessed are we to have all this reminder and guidance so that we are ready and we don't have to go get confused with all this kind of happening, because we know what is going to happen. Deeds that continue after death. We are going to die, but what can help us after that? Can anybody help you after you die? We don't know. Let us look into what Allah and the Prophet say. A person's final abode is the outcome of his action. This worldly life is a series of tests and trials, full of challenges, up and down. Happy at one moment, the next moment sad. Healthy, now you are sick, and so on. Up and down. A person's performance in it determines his fate in the hereafter. Whatever you plant here, that's what you get over there. His actions are recorded and are the basis for his judgment in the next life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, the God of Moses, the God of Jesus, the God of all of us, Rabbul Alameen. And it's important for us to acknowledge Him. We want to believe in God, believe in the true God, not false God. Allah indicates that a believer reward result from his own action. And He said, وَتِلْكَ الْجَنَّةُ الَّتِي أُرِثْتُمُوهَا بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. In Surah 43, verse 72, Allah said, this is Jannah, paradise, that you have been made to inherit because of the deed that you used to do in the first life. You want to inherit Jannah? Allah is prepared to give it to you. But with what? Just with money? You think money can buy paradise? Power can buy paradise? No. It's your good deeds. And Allah also indicates that those who do not believe, choose not to believe, choose not to follow what Allah wants us to do, then punishment results from his own action. ذَلِكَ بِمَا قَدَّمَتْ أَيْدِيكُمْ وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ لَيْسَ بِظَلَّامٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ. This punishment, when you say punishment, that means it's no more paradise but hell. It's because of that which your hand put forth in the first life. You choose. You choose not to go to paradise. Certainly Allah is never unjust to all of us. A person accountable deeds in this life end by his death. Whatever you want to do, when you are dead, you can't do it. And everything stops. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to us, وَلَيْسَتِ الْتَوْبَةُ لِلَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ السَّيِّئَاتِ حَتَّى إِذَا حَضَرَ أَحَدَهُمُ الْمَوْتُ قَالَ إِنِّي تُبْتُ الْآنَ وَلِلَّذِينَ يَمُوتُونَ وَهُمْ كُفَّارٌ. Surah An-Nisa verses 18. Verses 18. Surah Nisa is chapter 4. But repentance is not accepted for those who continue to do evil deeds up until when death comes to one of them. He said, indeed, I have repented now. Don't wait until the end of your life. Then you want to change. Then you want to be good. It's too late. You are playing with Allah. You are cheating yourself. If you have done something very wrong to others, quickly be humble. Communicate with them. You can still communicate with each other even you can see them now. And say, I'm sorry, I may have hurt you. No, please forgive me. Don't wait until the last minute. It's too late for you to ask. He may not be around. And you have been so wrong to him. Even you've done so many good things, you may be stopped by Allah in the day of judgment. After the long bridge Sirat, you will be stopped at Qantara from entering paradise until you settle the problem with the person you have caused harm, that you always talk bad about him, belittle him, accuse him of this and that, create fitna. You cannot escape. You can escape here, brother and sister, but not that. Why must we wait until over there, until we want to die, then we want to regret? We have no excuse today, brothers and sisters. With the technology, you can just call. Why that we can communicate with each other earlier, now you don't want to communicate? But if you have wronged somebody, you have to start. You don't wait for others to start. So don't wait until the last minute. Nor from those who die as a disbeliever. Those who die as a disbeliever, that means there's nothing for them except hellfire, because you choose to have that ending. And that's why the Prophet always remind all the messenger of Allah was sent down to remind his people, be connected to Allah. Said, La ilaha illallah. There's no true God except one, that is Allah, and no partner beside him. And except the Prophet at that time that was sent to that Prophet, that he is the way for you to get close to God. The time of Abraham is the way. The time of Isaac is the way. The time of Ismail is the way. The time of Jacob, Jonah, Jonas, all is the way. The time of Moses is the way. The time of Jesus is the way of God. The time of Muhammad until the day of judgment is the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But a lot of people are confused. Even now they say, oh, there's only Jesus is the way. No, Jesus was the way when he was there with his people, the Lordship of Israel. You cannot get close to Allah without going through Jesus, without going through him. You cannot get close to Allah without going through Moses, Harun. And also you cannot get close to Allah without going through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You want to love Allah? Very easy. Allah have made it very simple, very straightforward. Qul in kuntum tuhibbunallah. Said, O Muhammad, to anybody who say, I love God, I love Allah, fattabi'uni yuhibbukum Allah. You just have to follow one man, don't follow other ways. We are so confused. We want to love Allah, but according to our way, that way, this way, the way of the Sheikh, the way of the scholar. No, the way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah make it so clear. Fattabi'uni. Follow my messenger. That is the only way. Allahu Akbar. And that's why all the first generation, the companion, they are so blessed because they follow that way. And now we don't want to follow. We want to follow the scholars' way. And Allah warned us how the people before us have turned astray. Ittakazu ahbarahum ruhbanam arbaba min dunillah. They have taken their priest, their scholar as God beside Allah. Whatever their priests want them to do, yes, they follow. Whatever Allah want them to do, they just don't follow. And it's happening today. So sad. Allah warned us about what went wrong with the early nation. We are repeating the same mistake. May Allah protect us, brothers and sisters. And no other way can save us except to go back to the way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was sent by Allah as a rahmatullahi alamin, to bring mercy, to bring peace, to bring unity. Allahu Akbar. Ibn Umar reported that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Inna Allah yaqbalu tawbatal abdi ma lam yugharghir. Ma lam yugharghir. There's a word we use it, ghargara. Indeed, Allah continue to accept a person repentant. Allah's door of repentance and His mercy is always open. He loves to forgive and accept repentance, as long as he or she does not start giggling when departing from his body. Like you are suffering, you are going out now, your soul is going out. Then only you say, oh, okay, I am going to repent. At that part of time, it's too late. We can't even say to Allah sometimes. It's too late. We may think of so many other things. If you love somebody more than Allah, then you will think of that person. You love your papa, papa, you die. You love your son, my son. Then you just call the name of the son and you die with that. If you love your pet, you love your cat, you call the cat kitty, you die with kitty. That's how it happens. It's how you end your life. If this is what you are so attached to, that thing that you love so much will appear, so that you call that particular thing that you love and you die with that. Therefore, a person should not expect that his or her record of good and bad deed would change after his departure from this world. No. How we end, that is the result. And that's why we always pray, may Allah give us a good ending. A person's record contains his own action. Furthermore, Allah make it very clear. After a person's death, he or she should not expect that other people's deed will affect him in the hereafter. Allah said, وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى وَإِن تَدْعُوا مُثْقَلَةٌ إِلَى حِمْلِهَا لا يحمل منه شيء ولو كان ذا قربى. Surah Fatir, Surah 35, verse 18, Allah reminds us. We have been reminded by Allah so many times, and also our Prophet. If we are still very heedless, don't care less, nobody to blame except ourselves. Allah said, and no bearer of burden will be made to bear another's burden. Everybody will be responsible to their own deeds. If I commit a sin, I cannot blame others. Even I cannot blame Shaitan anymore. You want to blame him now, you declare war with him. After that, you don't blame him. You say, I have no authority. I just whisper to you, you follow me. You don't blame me. You should blame yourself now. Did Allah call us to gossip, to backbite, to curse people, to abuse people? He called us to be good, to have good thoughts, good feeling, to only speak what is right. And how do you know what you want to say is right if not guided by the Quran and Sunnah? Especially when you want to talk about somebody, you must listen first. Ask the person. It's just like a judge. He cannot just judge anyone until he listens to what the person has to say. And if there's any single doubts, then he will just clear the air. Case closed. Because something that is bad, you must have hard evidence, not hearsay, I think, no value. I want to share with you one very important thing happened in the time of Osman and the time of Ali. Let me clear this ayah first. that everybody will be responsible to their own deeds, their own saying, and whatever they do. Nobody will carry our burden. My sin, I will be responsible. Your sin, you responsible. You cannot blame. I'm because of you. No, no, no. I may say something wrong, but who call you to follow me? Shaitan may call you to do something, but he never call you to follow him. Say, if you don't follow me, I will going to kill you. I'm going to make you die today. No, he have no power. He just whisper, whisper, whisper. And our ear is responding. Our mind is working according to his way. And the minute you respond negative, he hate you, Shaitan. He say, I dislike you. How bad you are. Allah warn you about me and my whispering, you still follow me. He himself, the Shaitan, just don't like us. But we thought that we are so good. And if a heavily laden person call another to help him carry it, something heavy, and the person call another person to help him to carry, nothing of it will be carried, even if he should be a close relative. Even our next of kin, people who are so close to us, they can't help us any. You cannot say to anybody, it's not a sin, don't worry, you do. If a sin, I will be responsible for you. Huh? You can say anything you want. But do you think Allah will say, okay, call that person? No, the person just say because of his desire to please you. Sometimes when people are very envy, very jealous to your achievement, they will say many things to destroy you. Don't worry, small matter, go on. I'll be there for you, I will support you. But when something happened, they just disappear. You come across this kind of friend, there is a lot. Yeah. And Allah also warned us in Surah Najm, Surah 53, verses 39. Allah said, وَأَلَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَلَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. You know, like people call, when they go for Hajj and Umrah, they go sa'i, sa'a. And that a human being can have nothing in his or her record but what he or she earned of good or bad. That means everything will based on our action. People can tell you to do good, but you don't do good. Then how can you claim something and claim for a reward? You can't. People warn you not to do the bad and you do. And how you want to blame that person? No. It's you who decide to do it. People can call you to drink alcohol, but you know you are not supposed to drink, you just stay away. Nobody force you. But if they are forced, no sin upon you. And that is the beauty of Islam. If anything has been forced on you, you commit no sin. But most of the time we do a lot of things not because we are forced. It's just we learn to follow what is not right. We learn to talk about others. We thought that we are angels. Others are wrong. We are the Mr. Right. That is when we went wrong. We may be right, they also may be right. If they are wrong, and you are sure that they are so wrong, like all the prophets know the pagan, the mushrikeen is so wrong, but they are not here to judge them. They are here to engage with them, guide them, talk to them, pray for them. And the prophet never gave up. Still calling them. No, we don't even do that, brothers and sisters. Why are we so hard on each other? There is a sign that we are hard to ourselves. We have not been just to us. You just look and reflect back with your own family, your children. They disobey you. They keep on hurting you, going against what you want them to do. We have been a practicing mother, father. They don't pray. They don't even bother about covering their aura. They do it openly, and you keep on reminding them. They just don't follow. How do you feel? You curse them? Do you chase them out? Normally we don't do that. We still try and hope they will change. Talk to them. Engage with them. Remind them. After we have done what we have to do, they still refuse. Brothers and sisters, don't forget the history of Noah alayhi salam. When he kept on calling his son, come to Allah, follow me and follow your other sibling. Noah had 4 siblings, 4 sons. Yafut, Hamsam, wa Canaan. 3 follow to go into the ship except Canaan. Refused. And when that happened, when the punishment of Allah comes, when the end of his life comes, even the father is a prophet, call Allah to save his son. Allah said, don't call him your son, and don't call him your son. A son, a daughter is a person who will listen to their father and their mother, especially when they are calling them to do the good thing. There will come a time that we will be disconnected. Commenting on this ayah, وَأَلَّيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى, and that human being can have nothing in his record but what he or she earned of good or bad when he was in this life. Imam Shafi'i, our great Imam, who forbid any of his students to follow him blindly. These are great scholars. Never one the scholar said, follow me. He said, follow Quran and Sunnah. Concluded from this ayah that reciting Quran does not benefit the dead. Because it's not we who are reciting when we are alive. We don't even recite the Quran when we are alive. Even when Ramadan is coming very close, it's the best time for us to read the Quran. MCO is the best situation. We are at home. What excuse do you have? Still you do not want to open the Quran. You're still so busy engaged with the internet, online. So busy with all this news. And sometimes there's so many fake news roaming around. And that's what we are busy with. And we still joke around in this difficult time, playing around with issues that is not true. If this kind of situation do not help us to change, we don't know what can help you all, brothers and sisters. I'm still waiting for a lot of brothers and sisters who want to say anything, that you are confused about anything. What I said, please respond. Yeah? Call in, send in your messages. Quran does not reciting Quran does not benefit the dead because it is not from their doing and earning. This is the stand of Imam Shafi'i. For this reason, Allah's Messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu did not recommend it to his ummah or encourage them to do it or guide them to do it with a statement or even a hint, nor was such an action reported from any of the companions. Had this been any good, they should have preceded us in doing it. If this is what recommended, the Prophet himself will do it, the companion will follow suit, and we will do it. Matter of worship, anything to do under the name of ibadah, must be limited to the text. Excuse me. Alhamdulillah. Remember, brothers and sisters, matter of worship must be limited to the text. Anything as an act of ibadah, they must have reference. Ibadah is not tradition. Tradition is tradition. Yeah? And are not liable to modification based on analogies or opinion. Religion don't follow opinion. Don't follow the qiyas and analogy. That's why Imam Shafi'i said, La qiyas fil ibadah. If you take this as an act of worship, a ritual, ibadah, Imam Shafi'i said, La qiyas fil ibadah. Ibadah is something fixed. It must be taught by the Prophet, because Allah sent him to teach us how to worship Allah, what to do, how to help a person when they are sick and so on, what to do, call them to Islam, tell them to get closer to Allah. If they refuse, after they die, it's too late. It's too late. Like Noah, after the son chose not to follow, too late, khalas. The ship is ready to sail, khalas. And one of his son was drowned. Yeah. Drowned in Allah. Even the Prophet cannot save his own son if the son chooses not to follow. But at least he have done his best, keep on calling. Have we? Have we been calling our daughter, our son, to change, to become good? Brothers and sisters, I inform you that I'm going to share with you what happened with Imam Ali when he was assisting Osman, who was the third caliph of our Prophet. To have the right understanding. When you want to make judgment, you must be very wise, very careful. Yeah. When there's any doubt, you shouldn't have entertained. Da' ma yaribuka ila ma la yaribuk. Stay away any gray area. Don't entertain anymore. The benefit of doubts is very important. One day, in the time of Osman, when he was the caliph, there was a woman who just got married 6 months and delivered a baby, give birth to a child. So the people said, cannot be. This woman must have done a lot of bad things before this. How can you deliver a child in 6 months? So they arrest her and bring her to the caliph for a judgment. Maybe this woman have committed adultery, fornication before that, to punish her. Ali was around. He said, no. She have done nothing wrong. But the people say, how can you say it's okay? She just got married and in 6 months he delivered a baby. Normally it takes about 7, 9 months. That is the common period for majority of us. Now you want to accuse her, you cannot just base on the month. But then Ali said no. Ali had a very strong argument. Now there's a dispute. How can you have a baby in 6 months? So what will be our reference? فَإِن تَنَزَقْتُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ فَرُدُّوهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. If you dispute in any matter, you should refer back to the book of Allah and the saying of the Prophet. Did the Prophet say anything about 6 months? No. But what Allah said, Ali quote the ayah that Allah had said that especially the mother will bear the responsibility of the child. Everything will end in 30 months. Everything will end at 30 months. You follow me? I hope you follow me. Understand? Why 30? Allah said so in the Quran that the beginning, to the end, everything will end in 30 months. The responsibility of a mother to the baby. What is 30 months? 2 years breastfeeding. The baby have right upon the mother, breastfeeding for 2 years. 2 years, how many months? 2 years is 24 months. 12 months per year. Follow with 6 months. It becomes 30 months. So yes, when a woman got married, she can deliver a baby in 6 months' time. Based on that calculation, you see, brother and sister, it's not easy to just make a conclusion based on the norm. But we forgot what Allah said. It's not impossible. Less than that, maybe you have an argument. Because the Quran talk about 30 months. Allahu Akbar. And the woman was saved. Allahu Akbar, brother and sister. You see, people are very careful before. When Allah, there's an evidence, Quran, Sunnah, not what people say. People can twist and turn. Not what the media is telling us. Media is media. Do we know that today anything that happened to the death of anybody today, most of the time people just quote because of COVID-19. There are people who die not because of COVID-19, old age, other sicknesses. But sometimes the world is so corrupted today. They have their own agenda. Every single thing now declared COVID-19, COVID-19. It's not fair to confuse the public. COVID-19 is COVID-19. But there are people who die because of other cases. Why you always gather and put everything into COVID-19? Na'udzubillah. When this thing happened, it reminds us of what Allah said. وَلَنْ تَرْضَ عَنْكَ يَهُودُ وَلَا النَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. Be careful. There are people who just want to utilize whatever is happening around us for their own agenda. What is right is right. Be truthful. Don't play with people's life. And may Allah protect all of us from entertaining, responding to all the fake news. You wait for the official announcement from the authority who are given the right to make a official announcement. Alhamdulillah. Okay? Brothers and sisters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us have a good ending. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us active to do all the good things. And we would like to welcome all of you to keep on supporting our good activities, especially in this coming Ramadan. Normally, we still try to reach out and help the poor and needy. And whoever want to help us to feed the poor and needy for the iftar. We have a plan that we have been discussing among the teams with the SPK that inshaAllah, with the will of Allah, the minimum people that we want to support them to break their fast is 200 per day. If we can. If we have more contribution coming in, we will do more. Now, the youth and the community is working very hard, engaging with the people who are involved, and we know what to do because this is part of our ongoing activities. For those who want to participate in the Ramadan program, let us know, contact us. We try our best to help those who need our help. And the more you help us, the more we can help others. May Allah bless us, brothers and sisters. And I pray that all of us will have the good Ramadan, have the right intention, right understanding about Ramadan, so that at the end of the day, we all will attain taqwa, la'allakum tattaqun. Now we are open for the second session of our online class, that is Q&A session. Fatafaddal. We have a lot of brothers sending salam to us. Waalaikumsalam, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Every single of you who have been offering a salam, we respond the same to you. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. While reciting Quran, if we miss page accidentally and you find out after going through after few pages, what should we do? We should go back to the page that we missed, so that we will complete the whole Quran. That would be the best way. There's no sin to miss certain pages. There's no sin involved, but it's good if you want to complete the recitation of the Quran, a complete one. When you miss the pages, you just go back. And then you repeat the other pages, because you have read the other pages. There's nothing bad to that. It's always good to repeat and repeat when Quran is concerned. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Where can I find the dua that we recited at the start of the session? What is it called? This is the morning dua. You should have to recite any time in the morning when you wake up in the morning after the Fajr prayer. Also, you can recite. You can get in the Fortress of the Muslim. Yeah, that book will show you. There are many dua actually, but I'm just picking up something that is light, simple, sound easy to follow. If you have memorized this already, you want to add more, you're welcome. Yeah, but I'm just sharing with you some of the dua. Allahumma bika asbahna wa bika amsayna wa bika nahya wa bika namut wa ilaikan nushur. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All this dua, you can get it in that small booklet, where everything, the dua, will have some dalil reference that this is from our Prophet, not from just a scholar. Yeah? Alhamdulillah for the person who asked, because it's very important. Waalaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To another brother, Hussain salam. Parents earn haram money, and no matter how much you tell them, they won't listen. And they involved in some bid'ah and shirk acts too, but I have no issue following my deen. Am I allowed to stay with them? Of course. He's your parent. Yeah, they are still your parent. Maybe they are not so, they are not being guided properly. We have to keep on trying our best. Don't give up. Don't give up. Maybe from children to parent a bit difficult. Yeah, but I have seen, alhamdulillah, through my experience in giving da'wah to children, later on, they brought the truth back to the family, and they brought the family to see us. Alhamdulillah, the whole family changed. Sometimes directly from children to the parent is a bit hard, because parents always say, what do we know? They eat salt more than we eat rice, then there will be a problem, normally. Yeah, but then never give up hope. You can bring them to see some scholars that we trust, that they will guide us based on Quran and Sunnah. That will be the best thing. I've seen it in my life, yeah, from the late 70s until today. There's a lot of changes. Yeah. In the 70s, when you talk to the elders, they don't listen to them. We don't blame them. Maybe the approach is wrong. Yeah, we are not patient enough. We don't have wisdom. As we move on, we realize that a lot of people, the elders, just don't follow us because it's our approach. We are too judgmental. We belittle them. We are condemning others. That is wrong. Yeah? Our duty is not to give up. Try your best and bring them closer to the scholars. That will help. About their earning, may Allah, I believe you cannot say that every single cent that they bring home is haram money. No. There is also some halal. It's a bit mixed, and we don't know. I don't think they will tell you in detail. So you believe that what you eat is halal. Until they say, this is haram money, I'm going to buy pizza for you. Then you excuse yourself, say, I'm not hungry, I'm okay. I'll eat some cereal. You find your own way. Use your wisdom, brother and sister. But I do believe parents also want to give the best to their children. Yeah? What if the people that we have done wrong that already passed away, or we don't know where he or she is? If you have any way to reach out to their family members, reach out to them. Example, you owe them money and now you fail to pay back. You should look for the next of kin and give it to them. You can't find any of them. You can give sadaqah, yeah, under his name, because it's his money. You can say, You give some contribution under the name of so and so. You try to do your level best. Allah will accept it. Now, if you have done wrong, you have to ask Allah for mercy, and you can be kind to others. No, you don't be like, yeah. I mean, you have to change. You don't like to ask forgiveness now. If any time you do something wrong to other people, don't wait until the last minute. You do your level best. The rest, you leave it to Allah, brother and sister. If you are sincere, you can still ask Allah when you're still alive. Oh Allah, forgive me. My brother is a good brother. I've been so wrong to him. Forgive me from talking bad about him, oh Allah. And from today, anybody talk bad about that person, you must defend him. You must defend her. Protect them. And that's how you move on. Yeah? You can still do something. Yeah, inshaAllah. May I know what is the opinion on Tahleel Arwah? Now, to gather family members, to remind them about the dead son. Sometimes there are some good things that can happen. But our way, the traditional always call this kind of gathering Tahleel. But in reality, yeah, it's just a gathering. Only we used to use the word Tahleel, Majlis, Tahleel. Of course, you don't have this kind of Majlis in the time of the Prophet, in the time of the first generation, the second generation. You don't have that. It's just something that's been done by a certain group of people, and later on it become a tradition, yeah, to that particular group of people. And a lot of people just follow suit. But what is important to gather family and then to remind them of all the good things that the deceased have done, if possible, so that we will do what is good. Remember the good reminder from the deceased is good. And also to remind us who are still here what we can do to help the deceased. If we are the children, alhamdulillah, if the one who passed away have been so good, he have been teaching us a lot of things that is based on the Quran Sunnah, then we must remind the living to not to forget what he have taught us and practice it, so that it benefit us and it benefit him, because it is his knowledge, the knowledge that Allah have granted him, and he passed the knowledge to us, and we are still implementing the knowledge, and he still will get the reward. That is something encouraged. Yeah? It's good, but not like what normally we are doing. It's just a tradition, and we come up with a package, and we thought that this is the Sunnah. No. The Sunnah is a gathering. It's good to gather everybody. Yes, Sirat Rahim is a Sunnah, of course. But to come up with a package and say, this Tahlilan is a Sunnah, that's a fitna. Yeah. But is there a Tahlil in Islam? Is this term Tahlil exist? Yes. Because when you use the term Tahlil means La ilaha illallah. When you say Takbir means Allahu Akbar. When you say Tahmid means Alhamdulillah. When you say Tasbih means Subhan. It's a term. The term is right. But you cannot come up with a package, you form your own package. This is Sunnah when it's not from the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yeah? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What is the non-judgmental response toward people who act like Christian missionary and seem like giving indirect da'wah to Muslim in our area? Everybody will try to do what they believe in. But if we have the right understanding, we can open our door and talk to them. We do that. Sometimes people came to us and said, no, last call, last call. Jesus is a salvation, is the way to God. Before doom days come, we will listen. then we will say to them, actually, brother, sister, no problem in believing Jesus because we believe in Jesus. We have no problem in believe in the Injil because we believe in it. It's mentioned in the Quran, taught by our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we believe in Moses. Then you can start to ask, how about you, or do you believe in Muhammad? Because they don't even know. Because the Muslims don't reach out to a lot of people. We are so close. Ummah, we just think of ourselves. Even have been learning about Quran Sunnah, we fail to reach out to others. Because we always look down on others. We are very judgmental. One, they are not a Muslim, out they go. They are not yet a Muslim because they don't know. And majority of us, I became a Muslim is not because there is a Muslim who came to me and talked to me about it. No. It's just my part of my character. I like to look for the spiritual things. And I explore from Buddhism to Christianity, and at last I accept Islam. Not a Muslim will come and talk to me. So don't look down on anybody. They thought that what they believe is true. They want to share the truth. We know that we have the truth, but do we share with them? So that is how we should look at the situation. Don't accuse them. We just have to open our door and welcome them, and then we talk to them too. The life is given into two parts. Either you become a da'i or you will become the mat'u. Either you call or they will call. That's how it goes. Okay? But we can clarify the matter directly with the look-alike Christian missionary and Muslim who have become attached to them. I believe when we have the right knowledge, we have the right understanding, and we are open-minded, we are exposed, you will know. Allah will show you the signs. Don't worry, sister. Question, can we read Quran as shifa or cure for any disease? Yes. Allah Rabbul Alamin said so. وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Allah said that we reveal the Quran as a shifa and a rahmah, a mercy to the believer. First, you must believe. Anything you do, you must start with belief first. Without iman, meaningless. Even whatever we do, all the ritual, but not based on iman, is meaningless. It's just an exercise. It's just a supplement. But when you do it with belief, Allah said the Quran is a shifa and a rahmah for the believer. Remember that the Prophet even said that every disease there is a cure. Inna Allah nazar da wa dawa fatadawu wa la tadawu bil haram. When Allah send down a disease, there's always a cure. So look for the cure and don't give up, and don't look for any haram means to cure the disease. Since this year we will be doing our Tarawih prayer at home, any guideline what to recite, also dua before breaking fast? Yes. Guideline is there given by our Prophet ﷺ. When you lead, if you are in the family, you have a family, you have siblings to pray together, highly recommended to do all this in Jama'ah, and then you can lead them in a prayer. You just recite all the verses, all the surah that you have memorized, no problem. Yeah, it's easy. Don't make things difficult to yourself. Allah never make life difficult for us. Do whatever you can. Yeah, and the dua, iftar dua, It's written, you can go back to the book, Fortress for the Muslim, you get all the reminder from our Prophet that when you want to break your fast, what do you recite? Yeah, of course you say Bismillah, but before sahur, or when sahur time, after having your sahur, the pre-dawn meal, please spend some time to make dua because it's very powerful. That time your dua will not be rejected. And also the dua when you want to break fast, you get yourself prepared, have your ablution. Don't wait until last minute after dinner or after breaking our fast, then you take ablution. You have all the time before that. Take your ablution, get ready. And before you break the fast, make dua. And the dua is not rejected. Allah accepts the dua. This is the time the Prophet recommends us. And it's a general dua. Then after you break your fast, you say Bismillah, you break your fast, then you recite a dua. Zahaba dhama'u wabtalatul uruq wasabit ajru inshaAllah, that the Prophet recommends us. You can get it in that book, Fortress for the Muslim. Or inshaAllah, on this coming Wednesday, maybe we highlight the dua. We have that in our reference here, but it's not with me now that I can show it to all of you and you can follow. You can follow us, inshallah. That is my answer to the brother's dua. Yeah? What is the Islamic view of law of attraction? Law of attraction. There are many scholars who say that it's easy to attain wealth. For example, we ask Allah for what we want after waking up and before going to bed. Of course, like what we said, if a scholar is the one who tells us to do this, do that, if there's no reference, you don't have to follow. But if there's a reference, yes, you should follow. Okay? Is there a dua? Of course, there's a lot of dua for us to recite. But when you talk about wealth, you must work for it. Yeah? You must work for it. Allah give for those who seek. Yeah? Now, I'm a bit confused about law of attraction because I don't have the right understanding yet. I will skip that question. They recommend to recite 300 times the supplication La ilaha illallah al-malikul haqqul mubin Muhammad Rasulullah Sadiqul waqdil amin. Good. Yeah. Sentence recitation. Check whether this is from our Prophet or not, to say it 300 times. If there is, do it. If none, then this kind of arrangement is this taught by Prophet. If there is, just do it. When there is no number fixed by the Prophet, you don't fix. It's up to us. Yeah, how many times we like. It's like the zikr after prayer, 33, 33, and then you fix 33, 33. The istighfar, yeah, then you fix. When there's nothing, no dalil to fix the number, no one have the right to fix it. Walaikum salam to Brother Hilmi. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa. Make dua for the Muslim in Sri Lanka. Yeah, we always make dua to all the Muslims wherever they are. Please, brother and sister, don't forget our Muslim family in Sri Lanka, India, Kashmir, wherever they are, in Palestine, yeah, and those who are still stuck in the war zone, Syria, Yemen. May Allah protect all of us, and may Allah, save us from further fitna. In your best of knowledge, Sheikh, is the earth flat? Allah Rabbul Alameen said, I flatten the earth. Of course, if you look in reality, it's flat, but Allah have His own, what you call, His own way of building this earth. You have mountain as a pillar to the earth, but you look from the scientific, you see the earth is not flat. But from our angle, we look at the earth is always flat. There are mountain and then flat land again. Yes. So we don't say flat according to our flat, because then you see the up and down. How can you say the earth is flat? But still, yeah, Allah said, وَجَعَلَ الْأَرْضَ فِرَاشًا. Allah make the earth is like a bed for us to rest. Yeah? Faye here. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to clarify on this one thing. Does our fast start from subuh or 10 minutes before subuh? I heard about this from schooling days. The fast will start when the azan of Fajr start. Okay, there of course the Prophet always wants us to be ready, be prepared before that. But if suddenly you are not sure what is the time and you start to eat even 10 minutes before the azan, it is still valid. Yeah, you can still eat and drink. Yeah? When the azan, then you should stop. Even in the time of the Prophet, there are two azan. The first azan is to remind us that the time of the ending, the beginning of fast is starting. Then the second azan is azan Maktum, the blind man. Then Omar was still eating, because at that time you don't have wash time like we have today. Then he continued eating. And then he stopped after finish his food, while the azan is still on, and he continued fasting. But for us, it's always good to prepare ourselves, get ready. That's why the Prophet like you to make dua. Then when you dua, you're not eating anymore. But if you're caught at a time that suddenly you're eating and then azan, because the time may change sometimes, and sometimes our time change because our battery is weak now, so the time seems to move slower. We thought, okay, I still have 50 minutes, it's just 5 minutes sometimes. So be careful. Islam always wants us to be prepared for anything that we want to do for Allah. What is the right adab dealing with people who accuse us of being judgmental in our da'wah or assumption? Yes, we just have to clear the air. We hope that that person who make that kind of statement are fair to us, ask us, don't just blame us. Yeah. So if they still do that, we just have to have patience, and we pray that they will stop judging us too. Yeah. They said we are judgmental. They also very judgmental. And sometimes the people who blame us to be like this, they are worse than us. Yeah? Refuse to clarify with us, even if we try to clarify with them and they decide to ignore or cut time with us. We cannot force people to get close to us. We can just pray for the best. If they refuse, we have done our best. We leave it to Allah. That's why anytime we do something good, at the end we must have patience. وَتَوَصَّوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَصَّوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. I started to be a practical good Muslim, but now I'm getting too much negative thought, like pornographic and other things which I was addicted before, and now I can't control it. If I try it getting, I cannot control. If I try it getting. Anyhow, you have to try your best, brother and sister. Everybody have their own weaknesses. So we try and ask Allah to help us. At the end of the day, we believe, we will win, the battle with the bad desire, But don't give up trying, because the Satan will keep on whispering. We will keep on fighting, and we try. The best month is Ramadan. Ramadan really is a blessed month. It helps us a lot. So when Ramadan comes in, TV, stop. Netflix, Astro, stop, because we have no time to entertain all this. It's time to entertain our spirit with Quran. And one more thing, can you suggest me some book to read in addition to Quran and Hadith? Yeah. Sirah Nabawiyah, the history of the Prophet. Sirah Abu Bakr, the story of Abu Bakr, yeah, story of Omar. These are good books. Anything to do with family, then you can go to the book. We do have a family series, yeah, written, compiled by Dr. Muhammad Jibali. Is a very beautiful set of books talking about families. So you can do that. But the books, the Sirah that I recommend, you can go through Darussalam book, yeah, because they are scholars who really look into and make sure that that Sirah is true. It's not been polluted by things that don't really happen, but hearsay. Yeah, from Darussalam production is good. Yeah. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamu'alaikum Sheikh. If a Muslim condemn other religions in a group chat, as a Muslim, can we apologize on their behalf or do what he say is the truth? How should we respond? First thing, I do not know what he said is true or not. What do you mean by even what he said is the truth? We want to know what do we understand by the truth. Yeah? How should we respond? First, we should respond to the person who like to condemn, yeah, other groups. We have to, if you know him, it's good to call him up, ask him, and then try to understand where he's coming from and try to remind him that we are not here to keep on condemning people. Even there are other groups who like to condemn other groups, but our duty is to safeguard our tongue. They have started, we don't want to be like them. Yeah? Anything we want to say, we want to make sure it's good and it brings benefit. Can China company can employ China worker? Can China company can employ China worker? I'm not sure that I understand this question, but through my humble understanding is, if China open a company here, can they employ China worker? It's up to the government if the government allowed. Yeah, because you must understand. I was trying to understand why when China come and develop in any country, they prefer to bring their worker, because their worker really can work. They cannot trust other worker, because the local worker sometimes we are not so committed in the work. We have a lot of reasoning and sometimes we delay. So those who are doing a project, they don't like any delay. Yeah. When they start to bring in their equipment to develop any country, they bring their manpower because they trust their people. The people is there to work. That's what, yeah, a company always want. So if the government policy allow, then of course it's okay. But remember, the company always want a hard-working worker. Yeah? I still said sometimes I went to a factory to give some tazkirah, but then I saw a lot of workers are not local. Then I asked, where is the local worker? They said, we have problem. The worker are lazy, they always are not able to perform, or they always say, oh, they are not well, they take leave, and so they can't work. Yeah, especially the production team, they need to produce all the thing. So they employ foreign worker, right? If the government policy allow, yes, of course. Jika Allah turunkan bala pada kita atas dosa kita, boleh kita menjadi mukmin yang berjaya selepas kita taubat? Ya, of course. When you repent to Allah, kalau kita bertaubat, Allah suka orang yang bertaubat. Sehingga Allah suruh maklum pada kita orang bertaubat dengan taubat nasuh, saya akan ampun segala dosa kamu dan ganti dosa kamu itu menjadi pahala as a double reward. Tunjuk kasih sayang Allah pada kita. Yang penting kita mesti ikhlas untuk bertaubat. Ya. Assalamualaikum. Could you please give some tip to raise kid in non-Muslim country where they go public school where there is no Muslim kid at all? Allahu Akbar, brothers and sisters. The best way to bring up our children to be a practicing Muslim children is through us. You can send them to any school. If you don't have a choice, you just send to any school. But you train your children to be a good Muslim from home, so that they will bring changes to their friend in the school. Don't let the school change them. Of course, the school will teach them based on the curriculum. I've seen a lot of cases, people send their children to a normal school. Me, myself, send my children to the normal school. But we are there to always remind them, guide them, coach them, guide them. And then they become very strong. And when they have any issue in the school, the school teacher complain, we will go and talk to the teacher. We are not going to be hard on them. We want to know why, what is happening. If our children is strong, we will correct them. So when our children become strong and good, they change the environment. They change the friend in school. Alhamdulillah. There's nothing wrong. Yeah, school is school. They have their own program. But we must remind, we follow up. Yeah, that is very important. There is no guarantee if you send your children to a Muslim school, he become a good Muslim. No guarantee. But it may help. The environment help. But sometimes we take things for granted. We give them a lot of Islamic classes, but we forget to monitor their character, their moral upbringing. So sometimes children who go to Muslim school also have problems. So anything to do with children education, upbringing children, it really starts from home. From us as father and mother. We show good example. We are there for them. We correct the misunderstanding that they have from school sometimes. School are mostly secular. Then we'll try to, why we say secular? Because they don't bring God into the lesson. Everything have to do with God. You learn mathematics, you talk about calculation. The knowledge of calculating, it came from God. You talk about history, is from Allah. Everything is from God. So when we take God out from education, there's a vacuum. Spiritual emptiness. It's not balanced. So, but if you have no other choice, send them, but you monitor. Inshallah, our children will become righteous and strong. Yeah? Is this the last one? I think there's a last question. Oh no, that was the last one. Yeah, could you please give some tip? So the best tip is we ourselves take the initiative. Don't depend on the school. Even I've seen a lot of people send their children to a so-called Muslim school, and they are just leave it to the school to bring up their children. They fail. Because children need more than just knowledge. They need good example. Examples start from us at home. So brothers and sisters, let us be a good parent if we want to have good children. Because through example, children will learn faster. But you must have a lot of patience if you still find it difficult to advise your children, then send them to a good scholars and let the scholar try to help them, listen to them, because normally parents want the children to listen to them, but we forgot to listen to our children. It's time for us to also listen to them, understand where they're coming from, what is the problem they are facing. When you understand better, you can help them better. So please engage. Yeah, you must honor and respect them too. They are growing up children. They have a lot to share, but we must have time to listen. So may Allah help all of us, and may Allah help the Muslim wherever they are, and those brothers who are not been well. We have our brothers and our close brothers who are not well. May Allah make it easy for them, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen their iman, and may Allah heal whatever sickness, pain they have as soon as possible, so that they become healthy, strong, good Muslim brothers and sisters. May Allah forgive all our sins, and may Allah protect us, and may Allah give us the wisdom to do what we have to do before it's too late. Amin. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Hope to see you again. We have Wednesday class. Don't forget, anything that you need to ask us urgently, just contact our staff here, and through our website. We will try our best to attend to all of you, brothers and sisters. وبالله التوفيق والآخر دعوانا والحمد لله العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.